HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we have the latest Hiller sports update. Weston Nurseries owner Peter Mezitt talks about his terrific efforts in raising money for the Jimmy Fund, and we'll show you a cool Hopkinton community video showing their love for Boston Marathon athletes. But first, Hopkinton community leaders recognize the Boston Athletic Association and all involved in the effort preparing for the 125th Boston Marathon, which will take place on October 11th.
The historic and unbreakable ties connecting Greece, Hopkinton, and Boston Marathon. The Consulate General of Greece in Boston is proud to be part of the history, but also the present of Boston Marathon, and of course of its cooperation with the BAA. I was thinking about our connections with the BAA, but I could never imagine of the last one I found out when the chairman of the BAA told me that 4% of his non-Irish DNA is Greek. So one more bond. We are particularly honored to bring and present every year wreaths from Greece for the winners of the Boston Marathon. And as you know, these wreaths symbolize the historical roots of the marathon and its connections to ancient Greece, democracy, and the Olympic ideal of fair play.
But it's not just statues. Our newest school bears the name Marathon School. The street separating the town common from Main Street is Marathon Way. And our newest, and I guess probably our first brewery, is Startline. But let us not forget what I consider to be the crowning jewel once it's completed, is the International Marathon Center. It's safe to say that the stature of the Boston Marathon and its ties to the town of Hopkinton was part of the inspiration for the creation and vision of the International Marathon Center. The town of Hopkinton and Board of Selectmen, I'd like to present Dr. Michael O'Leary with this.
All starts here.
Run Boston strong, we won't be run asunder. Hate won't win out, love wins the final turn. No turning back, take back our spirit and thunder. Spirit forge on as we run Boston strong.
Two people that are noted in this collage of pictures are Dick Hoyt and Gloria Ratty, two people that we lost this year. That had a profound effect, especially Gloria. Gloria, she maintained all the history of the marathon.
Looking at the head side of the coin, you'll see in bold points across the top, John Moore Masonic Lodge. Then along the top of the start line, Boston Marathon is printed. Noting the importance of Hopkinton is written 4 times. We've got it all over, and we've got Dottie's sign right there too.
Whereas the Boston Athletic Association will celebrate the 125th Boston Marathon on October 11th, 2021, and whereas the Boston Athletic Association was established on March 15, 1887 by its first president, Robert F. Clark, and whereas athletes and coaches from the Boston Athletic Association participated in the first modern Olympic Games in 1896 when the
hereby congratulates the Boston Athletic Association on the 125th anniversary of the Boston Marathon, and be it further resolved that a copy of these resolutions be transmitted forthwith by the Clerk of the Senate and the House to the Boston Athletic Association. And it is signed by the Senate President Karen Spilka, the Clerk of the Senate, the House Speaker Ron Mariano, Senate President Karen Spilka, and Carolyn Dykeman, State Representative. So to the BAA, for all you do on this prestigious anniversary, congratulations.
Thank you. You're familiar with the term olive branch. This is an olive branch from Marathon, Greece. The symbolism is extremely powerful. I'm reminded that if you gaze on the seal of the United States, one of the tongs of the eagle is holding an olive branch. This is an extremely powerful symbol for me. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Stratis, I think you ought to come up here and help me make this presentation. And I think there's no one more fitting to receive this, and I'm sure you'll agree, than Tom Grook. So Tom, if you would, please accept this symbol from...
You can catch the full program airing soon on HCAM. Weston Nurseries owner Peter Mezitt has raised thousands and thousands of dollars in the fight against cancer to help the Jimmy Fund, and his efforts continued this year. We are joined by Peter Mezitt from Weston Nurseries, who has been doing some great work for the Jimmy Fund. Peter, how are you?
Good. How are you, Tom?
Doing well. So you've been doing some great work for the Jimmy Fund. You had your Blooms, Brews, and Barbecue event. First off, tell us about how that went. I understand you got a nice turnout.
Yeah, I think we got more turnout than ever this year. We definitely raised more money than we ever have by a long shot. The day turned out good. It was a little rainy in the morning, but it got sunny around 1 o'clock, and people showed up in droves. It was there had to be 500 or 600 people there at a time, and probably well over 1,000 there throughout the course of the day. We really saw a lot of participation this year. The vendors, I just want to thank Marty's in particular, because they donated, and their vendors like Lord Hobo and the other breweries that they represented, they donated as well, so that Marty's could donate all the beer and wine. And that just saved us a ton of money and allowed us to raise a lot more money for the Jimmy Fund. I think the bands also, we had 3 bands that many of them chose to not take proceeds, and that helped too. So all in all, I'm confident when we figure out all of our expenses in the next few days that we're going to be raising well over $20,000 at this event for the Jimmy Fund walk team that we put together every year.
That's terrific. And I understand this year you typically do the Jimmy Fund walk, but you're doing something a little different this year. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so it's called Walk Your Way. They chose not to do an actual walk, which is usually the whole Boston Marathon route, or half, or you can do 5 miles. This year, they're not going to bring a lot of people close together. So it's a Walk Your Way event, just like it was last year. And I am hiking Mount Washington, and I actually already did it yesterday, and I'm very sore today. It was one of the hardest hikes that I've ever done because of the weather. We were going to go no matter what, and the weather was not very cooperative.
Oh yeah, especially yesterday. So your legs must be hurting today.
Yep, legs, shoulder, pretty much the whole body.
How long did it take you for the hike?
We did it in about 6 hours, and the winds were probably gusts up to 70 miles an hour at the top. It was actually kind of scary at one point. I don't think there was many people besides us hiking. Mount Washington weather is very unpredictable, they say, and now I know. And we were just soaking wet. It was raining, and it was 50 degrees, And I didn't think it could get that cold at 50 degrees, but when the wind's blowing that hard, that constantly, we were shivering, literally shaking. So I'm going to hit up all my donors for the second time this year and try to raise some money, because we really put ourselves through the test. I say we because I went with my daughter. She hiked with me. Thank goodness I had somebody to hike with yesterday.
Absolutely. And there are ways that people can help. How can people help donate to this cause?
Well, we have on our website, we have a Jimmy Fund link, and they can go right on through the Weston Nurseries website and donate that way. Certainly, if you go onto the Jimmy Fund Walk webpage, you can search for our team as well. It's called Such Devotion, named after Bob Such, who's walked it 28 times, I think. And he was a former employee of ours. So Such Devotion under the Jimmy Fund page is our team. And you'll see all the individual participants' names there.
That's terrific. And how long is this going for? How long can people help? Is there a deadline?
Well, the proper walk date would have been October 3rd. And that's kind of when I'm going to push my fundraising page, even though I've already done the walk. And the Jimmy Fund Walk website can take donations, I think, into November, actually, even after the proper walk date of October 3rd. But I'm kind of using that date as a deadline for my personal fundraising this year. The Jimmy Fund Walk, when they do it live, raises over $9 million. So it's not small by any means. When they don't do it live, I think last year were probably around $5 or $6 million. So it's just not quite as profitable for them when they don't do the live event. So we're trying like crazy to raise as much as we can between the event, raising over 20,000, and my walkers, my team of 7, they'll probably be well over 20,000. I think we're going to be over $40,000 total for our walk team this year.
Well,
very proud of that.
Well, you should be, and you're raising money for a great cause. So congratulations on all the money you've raised so far and all the money to come. And thanks for all the work you're doing for this great cause.
They're a great outfit. And you know, what's not to like about supporting people with cancer? So especially the children. Thank you.
We're going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more ahead on HCAM News. Don't go anywhere. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back to HCAM News. Hiller soccer and girls volleyball have been doing a whole lot of winning. Here's a look at their recent efforts, plus all other fall Hiller sports in the latest Hopkinton Hillers Sports Report. On Friday, September 24th, Hiller boys soccer took on Dover Sherborne. The Hillers netted 2 goals in the first half. McKelly will put it into play.
Into Ito. Ito putting on the moves. He's diverted. Back to DiMichele, corner of the box. Ito sends it back up. Centering pass, shot, goal, Hillers! Sean Golombiewski makes it 1-0. What a pass by Ito. Golombiewski approaching, sends it out, shot, off the keeper's hands and in! Or is it? Yes, that's gonna be a goal, Vassington.
A 2-0 lead into the second half, and the Hillers netted another.
Sean Golombiewski!
Hopkinton took the win over Dover Sherborne by a final score of 3-1. Hillers football took on Tewksbury in their third game of the season. Tewksbury got a couple early scores and would take the dominant win, 34-3. Hillers football is now 1-2 on the season. On Saturday, September 25th, Hiller girls soccer battled Algonquin in front of a large crowd. Hillers took a 1-0 lead early in the first half.
She'll likely be out for 2 to 3 weeks. We certainly hope to see her back soon. She's had an incredible season so far. Perloff sends it over. She tweaked that ankle in the last game. There's a shot and a goal! Nina Tazaganedos on a beauty of a pass from Perloff makes it 1-0. Hillers at 26:29 left.
A few minutes later, Algonquin tied it up.
19.5 left to go in the first half. Alex set for the free kick. Airs it out, and it's in. Kylie Tomasetti bumps it in, and it's a 1-1 game.
In the second half, this happened at 28 minutes and change left to go.
Looking for Perloff. Perloff over to DuPont. DuPont gets the shot and scores! 2-1 Hillers. Ava Perloff finds Joanna DuPont, and the Hillers are back on top.
Joanna DuPont, assisted by Ava Perloff, gave the Hillers the lead, and they hung on for a very impressive 2-1 win. Despite missing their top scorer, Georgina Clark, the Hillers pull off the W and improve to 6 wins, 2 losses, and 0 ties on the season. Hiller girls volleyball took on Bellingham this past Monday. Steve Sweetapple and Matt Clancy on the call.
Gilday mixing up the placement of the serves.
Yep. Little miscommunication there by Bellingham.
Meg trying to close out this first set. Oh. Abby hits the floor. KP, that's it. Emphatically ends the first set. So Hopkinton takes that first set 25-2. How many aces does Mel have?
Yeah, I was going to say, she's got 11 coming into the night, so now 12.
Another good serve. KC back set. KD cross court. Good swing.
Wow. She was almost kind of falling out of bounds, and she still got that over.
The Hillers took the win by way of the sweep. With the win, the Hillers improved to a perfect 9 wins and 0 losses on the season. Hiller field hockey battled Dover Sherborne this past Monday. Dover Sherborne scored the only goal of the game.
Ball. Here comes the Blue Raiders, working it up the field quickly, and they get a score. Izzy Friedel finds Evie Schneider, the freshman, and it's 1-0 Dover Sherborne.
It was a defensive battle, but the Hillers come up short. in the TVL match as DS takes it 1-0. HCAM TV, the Hopkinton Freedom Team, as well as local filmmakers, the 26.2 Foundation, plus residents and friends of Hopkinton came together to send a message of love and support to Boston Marathon runners and their supporters around the world, welcoming them back to our town. Here's a look at the really cool video.
Dear runners, for the past 97 years, our town has wholeheartedly welcomed you. Elite runners, passionate runners, wheelchair racers, joggers, runners for charities, every gender and every ethnicity from around the world. Here, for the running of the most famous marathon in the world, to where it all starts, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. For the first time in 97 years, during the global pandemic, we weren't able to welcome you, leaving Hopkinton Town Common empty, but not our hearts. Your spirit lifts us, moves us, envelops and inspires us. So, we'd like to send something back to each of you, runners of the world, our love, our admiration of your dedication, for creating with us an international community coming together as one, inclusive and focused. We've missed you, and we can't wait to host you in person again. But until then, we'll be there, supporting each and every one of you, encouraging you along the way, near or far, no matter where you are.
We can't wait till you come back. We love having you here.
Because of you, it all starts here.
Keep on training. We'll see you soon.
Everyone here in Hopkinton really misses you, but as all marathon runners know,
timing is everything. Come and give us your buoyancy and your fleet-footedness.
The passion, keep living, keep loving, keep trusting, and most of all, running.
We want to welcome all of the runners back to Hopkinton.
We miss you, and we look forward to seeing all of you very soon.
We love you. You are our family.
Keep training.
Runners of the world, keep training. We'll be ready for you when you get here.
Hi marathoners, we've missed you so much since you've been away. We're so excited to have you back.
We're ready for you. It all starts here. Good luck.
Love, Hopkinton.
It's time to tell you about some happenings in town you should know about. A message from the Hopkinton DPW. The town municipal well fields offer a number of great walking trails at Fruit Street and Charles McIntyre Lane off of Lake Whitewall. However, they have noticed an increase in the amount of pet waste that is being left behind in the direct recharge area of the wells. The waste poses a potential risk to contamination of the water supply, so they ask that everyone who is walking their dog to avoid the direct vicinity of the wells and in other areas to please pick up after their pet to ensure the safety of our drinking water supply. Upcoming happenings at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts include Soul Function Boston on October 2nd. For all upcoming events at the HCA, head over to hopartscenter.org. Our picture of the week, Hopkinton Hiller fans turned out in big numbers to cheer on Hiller football as they took on Tewksbury. Hopkinton lost the game, but the fans stayed loyal to their team and stayed throughout the entirety of the game. There was a great crowd on hand. Upcoming town government meetings include the Planning Board on Monday, October 4th at 7 p.m. We'll have it live on HCAM TV. And then on Tuesday, October 5th at 6 p.m., we'll have the Select Board. For a list of all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News. But don't worry, next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon.